Yeah, man, before I start this video, man, I want to give some big shout outs, man. Hey, man, to that boy, Monster Cody, man. I see you, man. RIP 927. I appreciate the love. I appreciate you following from day one, man. I thank you very much, man. And I promise you a story about Jeff, and I got you, man, about my boy, man. Hey, man, Detroit in the building. Memphis 10, stand up, man. Hey, Vicious Living, 629, 6269. Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. Keep sharing it. Keep putting your homeboys on this, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. Hey, Columbus in the building. Alabama in the building. Hey, Anthony Mara, man, singing in Japan. Across the world now, baby. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, man. ATL in the building. Fulton County stand up. Noonan in the building. Snar in the building. Coward County stand up, man. Decatur in the building. Of course, that day. Straight from the dead. Hey, man, I appreciate that love, man. I appreciate that love. If I missed anybody, man, chime in. Let me know where you coming in from, man. And I got you, man. I promise you. I promise you. I got you. Check this out. You know, usually when I start these episodes, I always try to come in with a positive message and end with a positive message. But you know, you learn life lessons and everything in prison, in life in general. As you go on with your life, you know, you start learning more and more things. But sometimes, man, ain't no positive from what you trying to say or what message you trying to push, man. Sometimes, you know, you got to stand your ground. And this is one of those times, man, where I had to stand my ground, man. This is my very first fade in prison. Very first squabble. I like to call it dancing. You know what I'm saying? But this is my very first dance. So I come across the yard. So when I first go come out of diagnosis, of course they tell you where you're going. And I called Lucky. You know what I mean? I didn't go to the old annex in the beginning. They sent me to what they used to call VRC, which is PMC when I left. VRC is the Vocational Trade Center. And it's supposed to be like a lower, cooler, you know, laid back spot. Cause I remember when they were telling me, you know, pack it up, man, you're going to dawn 17, dude, like, damn, man, you caught sweet. And how they did that was basically because I had scored so high on my aptitude test that they said I can go get a trade right along with working with my to get my GED. Of course, none of that transpired then because I was too young, with too much time, and too much on my mind. I wasn't taking it serious enough, you know what I'm saying? But that's not what this story is about. This story is actually about when I first get there. And it started, the first dude I got into it with, the first fight I ever got into was actually my bunkmate. Let me start right there. Let me describe this dude for you. This dude was about like 6'4", 6'5". In between then and there. You know what I'm saying? Probably about 170 pounds. I gave him that just because of height. But he was thin. He was real thin, man. Got hard. I gave him that. But he had an attitude like it just disrupted his day that he just got a bunkmate. It just bothered him, past bother him. And I knew instantly, man, me and him gonna end up bumping head. But man, like I said, man, I'm the type of person, man. If you go back and look at the video Trump, and I can tell you about how it made me suppress my who I was as a person. You know what I mean? A lot of time I take a step back before I react because just go watch the video Trump. I'm not gonna go back down the road. So, but when I went into the dormitory with the dude, right, instantly we had issue. I'm talking about day one, phase one, off the top. I put my stuff in my locker and stuff like that. I don't instantly get on my bed, sit down, stuff like that. But when they count, they expect everybody to be sitting up on their bed. So I'm just gonna scratch through the part with my introduction to everybody. When I come in, of course, he like, where you from and all that. And like I say, I be very vague with people where I'm from, stuff like that, man. I just told him, no, man, I'm from the A. I just left it at that. You know what I mean? He like, oh. And This dude, usually I don't name where they from, but he was from Seapoke. You know what I mean? And he was like, oh, and he just left it at that. You know what I mean? And I didn't even understand the concept. You know, you heard about Atlanta Savannah situation, but I never just really thought that, you know, a lot of that might have been capped. You know what I mean? Because I haven't seen any of that interaction since I've been here. All right. So everybody, you know, asked me where I'm from and stuff like that. I actually met my first, I could just honestly call friend in the, you know what I mean? My first person that I actually built a rapport with. He came through the door with the BS. My man, who is that nobody, man? And that's what he used to say. He didn't mean nothing about it. He was just a clown. He just liked to laugh and joke and stuff like that. Matter of fact, dude showed up to my birthday party, came away from Rome, Georgia, all the way to out here to Southside Atlanta, and just came to him and fraternized with my people. My people loved him. You know what I mean? I got much love for my boy, man. So if you see that video, because I sent him a link, see the video, you know who I'm talking about. You know I ain't gonna call no name unless you tell me to call it. But because I actually talked to him today. But yeah. So you know everybody getting introduced and introduction, you know what I mean, trying to figure out who I am. So they holler count time. So they explain to me, say, hey, Lee, this ain't diagnostic. When you're in diagnostic, you got to stand by your bed. Up here, man, you got to sit on your bunk. I said, okay. So I step up on the bunk because I'm on the top bunk. And I jump up on the bunk. He said, hey, man, don't be stepping on my bunk, man, when you get up there. So I'm like, man, how I supposed to get up there? I'm not going to do no dead sprint and dive on the bed. You know what I mean? And everybody bust out laughing. But he took exception to it. He like to him, man, I'm sick of these new boys, man. They could have gave me somebody else, man, a bit or something, man. We need to probably switch you out. I said, switch me out? I said, man, you know, what you think I am, man? I ain't gonna battle me. They ain't gonna switch me out. I don't say this to him, but I'm thinking it. From that moment on, I knew it was gonna be an issue, man. And it was other little things that he might say or do. You know what I mean? He don't want me to put my neck bag at the head of the bed where it's supposed to be. He want me to put it at the foot of the bed where it don't supposed to be. And I'm like, nah, man, because they'll come through and snatch your stuff. He like, well, man, I lay my head right here. I said, I tell you what, we'll compromise. When time for you to lay down, I will move it. But they're going to have to be at the inspection. So he like, mama something, he didn't say anything. I don't know what wrong with this dude. Had an attitude with me. Because he be interacting with everybody else and everybody was joking and whatnot. But I noticed one thing about him, that he would take everything too serious. So fast forwarding up. So I had the dude I went to diagnostic with. I was in diagnostic with, right? And he was sus. I ain't gonna lie. They was at it. He was sus. But I was in diagnostic with him. So when I go to the store, you need it, like if I go for the whole thing, which I was doing because I was new, I didn't know how to split my money up. I go buy a whole bunch of stuff that ain't gonna last me. I go buy some soap and stuff like that, of course, but I would go buy pies, cookies, you know what I mean? Because I love sweet. And I buy like 5, 6 soups. And now I had picked up smoking at the time. And 1 pack of cigarette, 1 pack of Newport, and 1 pack of Kites. That's what I would go. But the pies was bulky, so I needed like 2 net bags. So he used to let me use his net bag when I go to the store. So this is probably about I say my 3rd store because at that time I had me a radio. So I had been there probably about a month. And like I said, me and him don't had, well, he done had words with me, but I don't got to the point where I'm ignoring him. Because like I said, I'm not really seeing him as a threat because, you know, he ain't on no funny business. He just getting out of hand. And me not understanding that, hey, man, just because he is not, doesn't mean that other people ain't hearing what he's saying and he might come at me. They might come at me. I'm not understanding fully the game at this point in time. But luckily none of that transpired or we wouldn't be having this conversation with this video right now. Anyway. So I'm going to finna go to the store day. It's store day. I walk in, there's a net bag sitting on my bed. So I'm making an assumption that my homie who was in diagnostic with me left the net bag on my bed. So I grab the net bag. I don't even look at it. The net bag is just exactly what it sounds like, a net bag, but it used to have like a little flap on there where they used to have you write down your EF number, which is your identification number and your name on the net bag. So I'm like, I grab it. I'm not even thinking about it, bro. I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? That's cool. I take off, go to the store. I come back from the store and put my stuff up. And then I notice that, hey, wait a minute. This ain't home net bag. Because I'm looking at the EF number, and the EF number is way too low to be my partner net bag. You know what I mean? So I asked, hey man, who net bag is them? And it was one dude sitting in the corner, man. And I'm gonna tell you, I got a story about I'm gonna call him the demon man. But anyway, the devil man. And if anybody been in there, man, they know about the little devil and everything, man. It's a wild story, man. No lie. But anyway, he said, yeah, that's my net bag. So I throw the net bag to him without even thinking. I'm not going around checking people on I ain't telling them to give me an ID card or none of that. So it's count time. We sit on the bed for count and all that. And I'm gonna call that man name. But my bunk mate, he said, hey man, you seen my net bag that was on your bed? First off, why would you have your net bag on my bed? You know what I mean? Now you trying me to the fullest now, because at this point now you don't even look at me. You looking at me as just a purely unadulterated chump. Because you putting stuff on my bed, then having an attitude when it turns up missing. You know what I mean? Once it's out your area, brother, you really violate. I could have did what I wanted to do with that net bag because you trying me. You know what I mean? That prison rule 101, you've been there long enough to know that. So I'm like, man, shoot, man, that net bag, I gave it to home. So when I told him I gave it to the devil, man, he looked at the devil, man, and said, man, give me my net bag. The devil, man, say, I'm going to need to see your ID card, man. I can't just be getting out random net bag around here. You know, and everybody just thought that was so hilarious. And the only reason I'm laughing at it because it's how angry this dude got. Man, I'm sick of it. And he just went to going off. And he grabbed my net bag, which I'm new. So I got everything I own in this net bag, meaning my towels and boxers and t-shirts. I'm so new, I don't even know you're supposed to wash it with your hand. I just send them in the laundry. If it come back, it come back. If it don't, it don't. He take my net bag and throws it in his locker and lock it and said, man, you ain't getting your net bag until I get mine. I said, man, that man got your net bag. I said, man, you tripping. And at that point, my boots, you know what I mean? And we called it scrapping up. So my boots is sitting on my locker. And you know, the locker was double stacked. So I'm on the top bunk, so the boots are right there by my locker. So I'm grabbing my boots and I put them on. He said, well, you scrapping up? What you scrapping up for? So he go to scrapping up too. So I'm like, oh, we gonna see about this. Honestly, being truthfully, the way that he was talking, I felt like maybe he know more than me. He's a seasoned vet. He been down long enough. We're fighting in a little small area, but I growed up like that. You know what I mean? I growed up fighting people older than me, so this wasn't nothing new to me. I get busy with you. But with that said, I don't know if he know 52s or the Alto shuffle or whatever. Or he a grade A boss. The only thing I know, man, everything is I own that came from the free world is in his locker. I hadn't got but one package at that time. And I just got it. And I'm like, man, no, man, I need all that back in my butt. And so I jumped down off the bed. They get through count, they clear count. I jumped down off the bed. Boom. We are standing in the cut. Now the cut is meanwhile when I say there's a bunk on this side, it's a bunk on this side, like it's two bunks. It's two bunks like this on. And like the locker is right there in cut. So he's standing right there between me and the locker box. So I can't get to the locker box unless I go through him. So I'm like, man, give me my net bag back. Like we 10 years old, I ain't getting your shit back. You know what I mean? And usually I don't cuss on him, but I feel like I need to get this out the way that it transpired. He said, man, I ain't getting your shit on to him. I said, you ain't getting me. I said, but you don't give me my net bag. He said, no, I'm not. He's smoking a cigarette. And he like, man, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest as possible on this because I'm new. So now I'm kind of shook. So I'm taking a step back. I step back because I'm thinking like, man, something ain't right. I said, maybe the man knows something. Maybe I just need to goddamn be more strategic instead of goddamn bull rushing in, but I need to get the net bag back. But then he hit the cigarette and blowed in my face. And at that point, I said, oh, this nigga done try me like a bitch. I looked back like this, and I shook my head. Because that's what I always do when I say, man, well, look like all options and all roads done been crossed. And now only one thing we can do. I got to stand my ground. At this point, all bets are off. There's no more litigating. There's no more peace treaty. There's nowhere to run. I got to stand my ground. Because if I don't stand my ground, he ain't going to take the next thing he's going to do is take my stove. He's going to take everything I got. Then you ain't number one more thing to take. And I ain't letting nobody take that. So I stepped back and I shook my head. I said, damn. He's like, what you talking about? And he blinched like he was finna throw. He should have thrown the punch. Because I hit him. When I hit him, the locker boxes are not bolted down on top of each other. He falls between the locker box. He's looking directly at me. I'm talking about he's looking at me. And so I can't throw no punches because he's stuck between the locker box. Like one of the locker box them did like this, them fell over. Because they like this, and one of them fell over. He's stuck between them. So I grab him and pull him out. I don't know if you ever dealt with some dead weight before, but he's looking at me. So I'm thinking he's still up. And he falls into me. I'm like, man, quit trying to wrestle. I push him out again. He fall back into the locker box. And at that moment, I realized, I said, man, that man out cold. When I'm thinking that his homeboy, which I know they was homeboys, but I'm thinking like, he's not going to be, because I don't see him talk that much, but I didn't understand the CPOC politic. And that's what I'm going to call it. The CPOC politic. I'm talking about, hey, bro, if you cross that line in the jack, that Savannah is that one place. I'm talking about them folk gonna ride for each other. I don't give a damn what that gang affiliation is, what neighborhoods they came from, or how much they kicked it with you, and how much they don't politic with you. When it jumps off, you don't mess with that CPOC. All of them coming. I don't give a damn. You gonna have to see about it. If it's 3 of them in the dome and it's 50 y'all gonna have to see about all 3 of them. And let that one just straight pee, and they don't mess with him at all. But yeah, this dude came and grabbed me in the full Nelson. So he got me in the full Nelson. And hold up. Before I go any farther with him, I want to give a big up to my stepdad. I know, and that trauma that I spoke about my biological father, even though me and my stepfather didn't have a great relationship, but I am going to get to him that he showed me some things, as far as fighting skills and all that. Yeah, he did work with me as far as that. So when the dude put me in the full Nelson like this, it's only 1 or 2 things you can do, because he was strong. I ain't gonna lie, the little joker was strong. I'm talking about he had one of them grips on me, like he was starting to squeeze my hand together. And either you can drop down, which I wasn't gonna do, because at this time when he grabbed me in the full Nelson, Buddy is waking up, because now he's coming to, but you can tell like he started to blink. That's when I knew, like, boy, yeah, he had got socked pretty good. And he had me like this. So I stood up on the other thing you can do is stand up and try to get taller than the person to make the person break it. So I stand up on the bunk, and he started breaking it a little bit. And dude, when he realized what was going on, he threw a punch at me. I kicked off the bed because I'm still not loose. We both bumped into the wall. When they bumped into the wall, that made him kind of release me. And when I say the wall is, when you come out the cut, with the cut that we slept in, it was a bathroom that goes into a bathroom that we shares with another room. It's like six, was it 3 bunks, 6 people to a room. And it's a bathroom that when you go through the bathroom, it's like, and it's a wonder. Toilet, sink, shower, go through the back way and then to another room. I'm telling you here because it's significant to the story. When I back off on boom, when he let me go, he go one way. I kind of go toward the bathroom, but I catch myself and he's stumbling. I grab him by the shirt and pull him towards me and throw him back in front of Buddy. Because now I'm thinking like, okay, y'all trying to jump on me. I need to get both of y'all in this cut and I'm finna work y'all ass. That's what I'm thinking. I get both of them in the cut, so I get ready to throw. Yeah, my buddy, man, my partner, the one I was just speaking on, the one that I told you, my friend, but he really was trying to break the fight up. He grabbed my arm before I can throw the punch. Like, I'm caught back, I'm trying to hit him with the y'all, he got my arm, he grabbed it like this, and I'm throwing him. He went with the punch. He like, oh. And man, when he said that, I snapped my arm back, the door kicked in. Boom. About 3-4 dudes run in the door. So I bagged back in the bathroom. The other door kick in. Boom. About 3-4 more dudes run in the bathroom. So I'm bagging back to the back of the bathroom. Hey man, y'all gonna have to catch that part 2 to find out what happened, man.